Oh, good. My friend's back. Okay, start on its own again. Um, Kind of cool because I asked to start. So it'd be best to start a video up, and I did it again. So here we are. Here we are. Wish I could say I started some kind of timer on this thing, but I really didn't. And kind of asked for a sign which way to go with my uh, different shows I'm kind of putting on. This is one of them is Cannibal Giants. So just to give you an idea of what happened, what brought me to the Cannibal Giants idea, it's pretty much out of my realm. It was something I never really thought about. You know, Sasquatch, yeah, paranormal stuff, yeah, flying saucers, yeah, I've seen those. But I started hearing Static X a lot. I came across on Spotify out working. Um, it was kind of weird because it stuck in my head. I was out fueling equipment middle of the night, Static X. I was like, what the heck? I didn't understand what Static X is, and didn't really get into Static X back then. I never really knew there was Static X. I never heard of them. Being I listened to metal, rock, all that stuff. Through the '90s, 2000s, it was all metal and like Godsmack. Even I was listening to that, and not really into Static X. No idea actually. So this came on. It's like Static X, Static X, Static. Well, the name of the band, the name of the Bled for Days, which is a great song. Uh, the album's name is Cannibal Killers. So then they got the song called Cannibal. So I just thought that was pretty ironic. I don't know how many people are actually paying attention to Wayne Static, uh, but I've pretty much got this going through my head every day, and it's almost like I'm being kind of driven by that. I don't know. I think what I've seen of Wayne Static, he wasn't into the devil worshiping. I know his bassist has 666 on the back of the shirt. He has the pentagram and all that stupid stuff. But Wade, the band broke up. Wade really wasn't. He was really a timid guy. He had panic attacks. He was really kind of shy. His girlfriend was a bad girl. Kind of took him in and wouldn't go anywhere. He couldn't go anywhere without her. But it's sad because I came across a news feed on my YouTube channel. I was just flipping through YouTube and said that she had died shortly after Wayne, and so it's just something about Wayne Static. I guess I didn't give him his my attention back in the day because they're really good band. I like that song Bled for Days, and you can say satanic, whatever anybody wants to say. It's up to you. That's your choice. I do think there was a conflict of interest in that. So anyway, since the ghost decided to turn on the camera and start things up again, I'm good with that. Or the paranormal activity. I don't know. Maybe something happened to the phone and this is happening magically. I didn't set it that way. But this second time, I tried it. I turned it on and had it set there. It just goes blank. Screen goes back to normal. No big deal. But just before it turned on, I was thinking, well, which way do I go? With this, should I continue to try to do a show, even though I have really bad toothaches right now? Feel really sick, guys. Really sick. This is not good. It had a bout with COVID. Don't know if COVID's back. It kind of feels like COVID's back again. Um, so anyway, I'd like to introduce a friend of mine that decided he wants to help out with the filming and get involved in Utah paranormal activities and paranormal beings and cannibal giants. I already have another friend that hopefully Roderick will decide to get back into this. But anyway, his name's Richard, but I call him Rick. So we'll be Ricky and Rick. I have to go by Ricky now because I killed Rick, and now I'm Ricky. I had to rebuild myself as the fueler at night, fuel loop tech. The old Ricky, Rick the milkman's gone. Now I've became Ricky again. My true name Ricky, Ricky, by the way. I was named after my uncle Ricky that was Rick, I think it was Rick and Ricky. He was killed by a escaped prisoner in Salt Lake City, and he was a police officer. He shot through his bulletproof vest, but he ended up killing the suspect. So proud name, pretty big shoes to fill there. But anyway, so that's the deal. I have a new member that's gonna we're gonna try to get into this filming and getting out there in the field and doing some research. I guess you call it research. I don't even want to call it research because it's happened. You just can't go back and say we're gonna go research this. Well, we're gonna go out. And we're gonna try to get it on video without getting killed. that's that's where you're at with this. Where I'm at with this. It's almost like I'm not gonna chase other people's stories. I don't want to go out and say, well, back in, I say, well, this happened, and let's be ready for anything because if things happen the way they should happen, get ready to fight because it doesn't come in peace, as far as I know. That one video with the elk antler, he did. I think he was just taunting me, see what I could do if he could get me to walk all the way up there after roaring at me, and maybe he could show me the elk antler. I went right to him on that video. You can watch it yourself. I was like, screw this. I picked up the elk antler, walked up 50 feet. There's the other one. I'm like, okay. I yelled at him, hey, let's not do this here. Let's just not fight. Thank you. I think he was just taunting me to see if his enemy's as good as of an enemy as he is. That's a very traditional. Many tribes had that old tradition where to see how you're as good as your enemy. You want to see how if I was powerful enough or strong enough to go forward alone and to see what he was. But if you want to kind of get an idea what happens out there in the Valley of the Other Beings, I'm calling it the Valley of the Beings, you can really watch Bone Tomahawk. It's a disgusting show. It has a guy of Tombstone in it, but I think they wrote that show after the Howlers down on the Navajo Reservation. So it kind of gives you an idea of the cannibalism. Doesn't show them as giants, shows them as just doesn't matter if you got 100 of you, you're not going to beat one of them. That's where I'm at, because I don't really get in a fight with them, but I guess it is what it is. I mean, it's like I'm listening to Static X and it's Cannibal Killers. So, I guess if you want a sign in life, you say, okay, well, the video turns on its own. What are you going to talk about, Ricky? It's Cannibal Killers. So, if it does come down to it, we do want to go to this point to discover the paranormal and the things that are not supposed to be there, then things that should not be, or those we don't speak of, like the village. I guess we'll have to go out and see what they how far they want to go, because the last encounter I had, I think that they weren't, like I told you, they tried calling at me, called my name to get me to go over the ridge after him, to make me think that my brother, my friend was hurt. That's where I think that we gotta go kind of take them up on that offer. Just to set this world straight, just to knock this world back on its heels. Say, so does other things exist? You guys the people are still debating if flying saucers exist. Hello. That's like, you had to be told by a military with a gun camera, oh yeah, we chased it. Apparently I've been looking up very often, because I seen a flying saucer in Cedar Canyon delivered to the old folks home up here, Cedar Center. They just sat there, same thing, 1989, same red or round top, round bottom, gold flying saucer. I was like, stopped my delivery truck, took my old phone out, click, took a picture. Don't know what I did with it. There wasn't a cloud to upload to that. You had to upload it to your computer. But it just sat there. Then when it decided morning light was light enough, it just took off. But still, they're like, gun camera. Let's get this in. And then people are like, wow. 90% of the people I see don't even look at the sky. Don't even look up. It's literally like they don't look up at the sky anymore. Nobody cares about the clouds. It really seems like in this modern world. You know, if you live out west, you kind of look around. Well, but nobody looks up as much. I sit there and watch people all the time. When I delivered for 17 years, they just this is their everything here. Ground level is what they go, and I was always looking up. They call them daydreamers. You know, I was daydreaming. But fortune favors the bold. So you know, if you're willing to believe in something other than what they're telling you, then you have the possibility of seeing what's really out there, and then being changed forever. This doesn't come back, guys. You don't just return back to who you were. That person's gone. You say, "Yeah, I'm still the same person." No, no, you're not. Just like the guy at Fire in the Sky. He's like, gets up there and talks to people. Oh yeah, they picked me up, and he's on Joe Rogan's show the other day, and I'm like, there's another one. And they're never the same. Well, it took me. I was in shock. Well, yeah, yeah. I wasn't abducted except when I was maybe a little kid, and I walked out screen door, and there's a flying saucer flying up, sitting there above our 60 acres. And that's the last thing I remember. And I was only like 5. So I mean, what has really happened? That's the question. Me and the Fire in the Sky guy and others just are like, well, you know, they don't exist. You telling me they don't exist is what's crazy. No, they don't. One guy commented, this idiot said, "Your standards are 7 mag. As a 50-year-old kid, what do you think it's traveled through space, understands space flight, but it just can't. It's not gonna really. You know what that flying saucer is made of, right? You know what alloys is made of. If it could actually take a bullet, or is it just so flimsy and light of high technology of a composite or some type of material that a bullet could cause? Yes, it could cause catastrophic damage. This thing can zip fast as almost invisible when it takes off. Literally, these are Star Trail. Just poof, it's gone so quick. You no. But this guy was like, you know, your whole story's fake. I just commented and said, yeah, well, I stood one off, and it took me, you know, 30 years, 33 some odd years to figure out that I actually stood off a flying saucer with my friend Jess above Wallsburg. You know, how many kids would have been, oh, look, it's coming at me. I was like, nope, we're going. I was like, watch it, Jess, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. We were ready to, we stood there. Jess was part Cherokee, too. You know, we were like, it was like, yeah, well, okay. We had contact with the other beings. We had alien UFO contact to the third kind or whatever. Me and old friend of mine, I don't know he's even alive anymore. His name is Jess. We actually had a close encounter of the third kind, and we won. So you're welcome, Earth. You know, I don't know what their plan was, but you know, there's two kids up hunting elk. Oh, there's a bull across there. Oh, there's a flying saucer over there. What do we do? Get ready to fight. That's what we do. Because we're braves. You want a war, you got it. So with our 7 mags, we both had 7 magnums. Well, you might have had 30 out of 6. I know I had a 7 mag. But, you know, nobody can tell me that I didn't stand off a flying saucer that day. So the problem is, what anybody says different is a lie. What happened to me was the facts. So you can't fix the facts. You can't change that. You can't say it didn't happen because you wasn't there. You can't say a flying saucer could have took a 7 mag round to it and a 30-06 or 7 mag to it. It'd been fine because these things probably can't sustain any damage. They're so advanced. So yeah, we probably did. It was coming at us. It was like it was sitting there hovering above Wallsburg, and it seen us. We were looking at it through our scopes. I had a 12-power scope, first one you could buy. There wasn't very many of them. It had a tumbler on the top and everything. I'm sitting there looking at it, kneeling down like this, right on it, hovering above the town, a little 4 or 5 houses in Wallsburg, right by Deer Creek. And it sees us, and it comes right at us. And we stand up, and we're just like this. I had hair to my butt, and I'm just like, let's go, you know. And we didn't know. We know it was going to kill us. It could have shot us with a ray like it did the Fire in the Sky guy. Maybe I was thinking about it till I looked down the barrel of a 7 mag. He said, this ain't worth it. These humans are not going to cower and run. So whatever your name was on whatever on that fire in the sky thing I commented, yeah, you weren't there. You're lying. You're misinformation, disinformation, false information because it did happen. Then I can't fix that. If I could, it'd be different. I'd say, okay, I'm not afraid of things that go bump in the night. I don't believe flying saucers exist or alien abductions exist. But instead, I can't because I crossed that line. That's what we're going to do this year with your help. Like, share, subscribe. This camera turned on its own. So, like, share, subscribe, get some support. Let's get some funding for this. Or I'll just go it alone. I mean, Rick said he'll go with me. Richard. But I don't know about Roderick. I think people might think about this when they actually get out there and say, "What's that, Rick?" And I say, we're in trouble. Get ready to fight." That's all I can say. And then get video. So we don't do this all in vain. Or maybe that's destiny. Become one of the missing. I've had enough. I'm going to do it this year. So surrender is not an option. I'm tired of the possibilities and probabilities. Everybody else thinking that it doesn't happen, doesn't exist. Yes, it's just going to be a wake up call to the world. What's it going to do then? What's the world going to do then? What's the wokeness going to do then? Hey, guess what? There's really a being on this earth that can tear you from limb to limb and beat you with it and then probably cook you for dinner. That isn't supposed to be here. And all the history books have to change it. All the different articles and all the papers that they put out that was true. Then what do? Then it's like, oh, crap. So what else is true, Rick? Flying saucers. Yeah, they exist. And that bump in the night's really something out there. And it's not an animal. It's a shapeshifter of some kind. It's probably one of them, or those, or theys. A being. And if it gets us, we're probably going to be regretting ever doing what we're doing right now. But I've had people with me who said, this isn't right. What's out there? You don't want to know. Neither do I. Let's just forget about it and go. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to post this. Remember, bad teeth, horrible feeling tonight. Thank you for being patient, but apparently something wanted me to record tonight. So you guys have a great day. Hopefully I'll get a video up this weekend. Do have some more hunting to do for the last hunt of the season's over. Still traditional hunting. We have one tag. So like, share, subscribe. And hopefully, well, we'll see what happens this spring. Thanks for watching.